Hello, thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about the Macross game Scrambled Valkyrie for the Super Famicom. I got some pickups today, and because most of them are Dreamcast games, and I'm going to cover those in a future Dreamcast pickups, I want to show off some gameplay, because it's been a while since I've done any gameplay, so here we go. I actually just tried this out with Hikaru, and kind of got a feeling for the game, and kind of got my butt kicked a little bit, so I'm going to try picking Mila here. She's a Zentradi who has been micronized. And this is pretty neat. It's one of those games where you can choose from different characters, and each of the characters is basically a different ship with different abilities. So I don't really know exactly what this ship is like, but we'll take a look here. So this game is cool, kind of follows in with the mecha of the Macross universe where you can change forms, so you've got the 3 different forms here. And what's really nice is that the 3 different forms have different fire, so it's nice instead of having to pick up different kinds of shots, you can just change your form and you've got those automatically. You also have these power capsules that can power you up, and then I think there's one that says S on it, and I think that is maybe your spread, actually, as opposed to speed is what I thought it might be, but I don't know for sure. But this is just a fun game, and I don't know, I'm not a huge fan or player of shooters, scrolling shooters. I do enjoy them, but I don't know, I don't get really jazzed about them. I guess I'm just kind of picky, but I really like the Macross games, I think just because it's based on something that I know, and they always seem kind of fun and accessible too, and this game I think falls right into that category. I definitely had to play it a couple times this first level here before I got it down, but once you learn, for instance, that you want to avoid all this space debris here, it's really a lot of fun. I think Mila's weapons here are pretty cool. In a way, I don't know, I liked Hikaru's cannon. He had that main, sort of main laser. It was actually pretty useful right in this part here because the lasers shoot up and down a little bit right around your ship, so it almost acts like a shield for anything that's coming from above or below. But this is really cool here, so it's almost like some sort of gravity mines or little black hole generators or something. This is actually sucking the ship towards it. You can see it's sucking all of the debris towards it too. So adds a little bit of extra challenge, and it's just fun. I mean, already we've seen some cool stuff. You have debris that you need to avoid. You have enemies that come from different directions. Just fun stuff, upbeat music. And I just love how it's, it sort of feels like part of the Macross universe. I think that's what really draws me into it, kind of engages my imagination a little bit more than just playing some random shooter. And I have some fond memories of some other Macross shooting games. There was an arcade game, and I remember distinctly, I guess I'll geographically locate myself a little bit in terms of the fact that I played this game specifically at the Student Center at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. They had a little arcade set up. It was actually really neat. I haven't really thought about it much until just now, but they had some really cool games there. They had like King of Fighters and Samurai Showdown. I remember playing those. I remember playing some stand-up arcade shooting games like Maximum Force. That used to be a real favorite of mine at this particular arcade too. But they had a stand-up cab for Macross. It's actually a pretty fun little that's actually a vertically scrolling shooter as opposed to this, which is a side scroller. So a pretty neat game. I know that there's videos for it up on YouTube if you want to check it out. Definitely one of those things where if I think about it, I'm like, man, I've definitely wanted to own an arcade cabinet, but mostly to play games like this in it, things that are released on console. But for an actual arcade board, I have to say that that Macross game would be pretty nostalgic for me. That would be a pretty darn awesome cab to own. So when I played as Hikaru before, I got tricked by that that enemy there. This time I just left it alone because it's pretty easy to accidentally run into it and lose a lot of health. So I actually have not beaten this boss yet, and I'm not doing so great so far. So let's see how this kind of goes. So it's kind of cool that you can actually shoot the laser beams. And it's one of those things that seems a bit unusual too. I wouldn't necessarily expect that, but just another way that I think that this game is accessible. You know, I don't think it's tremendously difficult. I actually did ramp the difficulty back a bit, I believe. It starts off in normal, and I dropped it back to easy, so that could have something to do with the fact that I'm not completely having my ass handed to me. Alright, so that was it. That wasn't so bad. But anyway, I'm really excited to have this game. It's, you know, it may be a little bit pricier than other stuff that I could have gotten on the Super Nintendo, but I don't intend to have a lot of Super Famicom games, just a couple games here and there that are, you know, I'm really vested in, that I think are really cool. So this one I'm definitely willing to, you know, to chuck a little extra money at. It seems like a really fun, exciting little shmup for the Super Famicom, so thanks for joining me. I just wanted to show that to you guys, and hope that everybody is enjoying some fun gaming here this summer, and I hope that you'll join me again next time for some more Japanese video game related videos. Thanks for watching.